The House of Representatives has again postponed debate on the 45 bills seeking to amend Nigeria's 1999 constitution, citing the need for more time to study the proposals. But that was not only the part of packed legislative session, as lawmakers also pushed for urgent action on security funding, education reforms, and stalled infrastructure projects. The reports.
The day's deliberations opened with a strong appeal to the federal government, this time on police logistics. The House called for the immediate fast-tracking of all pending procurements under the Nigerian Police Trust Fund. Representative Victor Obuza moved the motion for urgent public importance, warning that despite improved funding for the trust fund, which is now 1% of the Federation accounts, critical police equipment remain trapped in bureaucratic bottlenecks.
The House is concerned that the red tape delays and bureaucratic bottlenecks in the procurement and distribution process of essential equipment, vehicles, protective gear, communication and surveillance tools, as well as logistics support.
He stressed that worsening terrorism, banditry, kidnappings, and one-chance attacks demand the rapid release of vehicles, communication gadgets, protective gears, and other essentials. Education came to the fore next, as the House urged the Federal Ministry of Education to rescind its recent curriculum changes on the WAEC portal. In another motion of urgent public importance, Honorable Oboku Ofoji said subjects such as computer studies, data processing, electrical installation, photography, and civic education are too critical to be removed, especially with WASC just 4 months away.
Mr. Speaker, the House is worried that removal of the 3 or more foundational subjects from the mandatory 8th subject limit the student and violate the minimum requirement for the examination, which is 8. They will now be left with 5 subjects. Also worried.
He warned that thousands of SS3 students cannot replace subjects they have studied since SS1 simply to meet WAEC's requirements. The House then turned to infrastructure concerns, focusing on the increasing accidents along the abandoned Abakaliki-Ikwo-Oforekpe-Obubra Road. Honorable Chinedu Oga urged the House to investigate why the project has stalled since it was taken over from the Ebonyi State government by federal authorities.
Disturbed that the contractor stalled and held the Abakaliki-Ikwo-Oforekpe Road and Obubra Road has led to loss of life. Over 25 lives have been lost in that road due to the excavation of the road. Also disturbed that the treacherable state of this road has become distressed, insecurity and economic decline, to mention but few.
As part of the day's business, lawmakers also resolved to probe the Ministry of Solid Minerals over the revocation of more than 4,000 mining licenses in just 2 years.
Further aware that these revocations have generated widespread concern among operators, host communities, investors, and industry stakeholders regarding due process, transparency, compliance with statutory procedures, and the economic implication of such an unprecedented scale of license cancellations.
Meanwhile, a motion seeking to convert COVID-19 intervention loans to grants for small and medium enterprises was stepped down for further consultation. The day ended with yet another procedural shift. Debate on 45 constitutional amendment bills has been postponed until next week. Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu had presented the report earlier in the week, but some lawmakers complained they had not received copies and needed more time to review.
I want to urge that we suspend discussing this document for now until next week, so that our colleague will have enough time to study, to read, so that we can come from the well-informed position as regards to this document.
And so if we don't have enough copies with members, I will plead, sir, very sincerely I will plead, that members be given time to look at this amendment, which is a constitutional amendment, not just a statutory amendment, so that when we come back, we will be very ready to fly, sir.
But I want to advise
that whatever is worth doing is worth doing well. And when you want to do it well, they also say, why do you have to leave what you can do today until tomorrow? If you have enough of these coffees here, Mr. Speaker, order the clerk. The clerk order your sergeant at arms and every other personnel here. Bring them here. I believe we have abundant of these documents here.
We have come to a critical stage, and postponing the starting of this process is losing more days. If we start today, if it is only 10 members that can contribute today, we continue on Tuesday. You know, you have already taken 10 out of 360 contributions, probably. But if we lose today again, we have lost the whole week.
Because the decision of the House is the decision of the chair. And what we don't start now, and we'll start it next week, I don't think we have lost so much. The most important thing is that the committee has met the target of finishing their work first week of December and have led the report.
With the House divided, the Deputy Speaker aligned with members seeking more time and then postponed the bill. Debate on the constitutional alteration bills is expected to resume next week.